One of the last videos I made of taking Buddy to work is doing pretty well with 27,000 views, so why not make another? The day starts with a quick brush for Buddy. We also make sure he smells nice, so give him some conditioning spray, just so he isn't offensive to folks in the office. Bringing a big dog to work needs a bit of preparation, so we make sure we have some chews, some toys, a water bowl, lots of poo bags, plenty of treats, and also a Kong filled with peanut butter. My commute to work is about an hour and 15 minutes. It's broken up from car, train, and underground. Buddy, like the perfect gentleman, patiently waits in the back of the car, and then we head from our little village just outside Stevenage into Stevenage town centre. On the way through, we stop at the pet shop just to grab some more treats because we were running low, and I made sure Buddy was happy with them by doing a sniff check on every single packet. I think the last one was his favourite. At Stevenage, we park the car and then head down the stairs towards the station. I give Buddy the opportunity to go to the toilet before we get on the train, and he did the number 2, so that was helpful. We then walk through the station, grab some tickets, and head down to the station platform. Buddy's pretty familiar with being on a train, so isn't fussed when it rolls into the station. And after boarding, we then chill out on the train. We're heading down to London King's Cross, which is about a 25-minute train journey. Whilst this isn't the closest stop to our office, we decided to actually have a little walk this morning towards work to allow Buddy to burn off even more energy before we get to the office. I've noticed on the last couple of trips that he's been a little bit restless, and so this is my plan to try and chill him out before we get there. We're heading down from King's Cross towards Tottenham Court Road and head through Russell Square, and it's not long before I see the office. Into the office, we head through the turnstiles and jump into a lift up to the 8th floor. This walk was about 20 minutes, and it was quite warm, so one of the first things that Buddy wants to do when he gets to work is have a nice drink of water. It looked like my plan had worked initially because he was quite chilled, but before long, he then started to get a bit restless, so we headed to a meeting room, which allows him to be off lead and find a corner that he's comfortable in. He got a bit confused when one of my colleagues started writing on a whiteboard, and after pacing around for a little bit, decided to stop her and have some cuddles in the corner of the office. After a few hours worth of work, it was time to go out for some lunch. Well, it was time to take Buddy on a lunchtime walk. He wouldn't be having any lunch himself. We head back up to Russell Square just because there was some grass which allows Buddy to go to the toilet more comfortably, and after about 20 minutes, we head back to the office. I make sure that we've got plenty of water for Buddy. Thankfully, there are kitchens on every single floor of our office, although it does make it hard to avoid all the snacks. I then grab a drink for myself from the fridge, and I ask Buddy to nicely pose by the window just so you can see the height of our building on the 8th floor. That's the British Museum in the background. I leave Buddy with a couple of colleagues whilst I go into the cafe, which are dog-free zones, to grab my lunch. And then with my plate of food, head back to the desks where there's a table with Buddy and my colleagues waiting. We had a little walk around the office after lunch just to check out some of the views. We've got a great shot of the London Eye here. And then head back to the desks, where I get on with some work, and Buddy has a nice snooze. I have been asked before what I do at work, and it's project management, nothing too exciting. Well, not as exciting as being able to bring your dog to work. I have a couple more meetings, I admire my colleague's laptop, who's got some good Buddy and Winston merch on it, and then Buddy beats her up for winding him up. I don't think she'll be doing that anytime again soon. He nicely poses in one of the stairwells with his security badge on, and we make our way up to reception on the 9th floor to pose by the Google sign. It's now about 5 o'clock and time to head home, so we leave the office and head back through to Tottenham Court Road Station. We're going to go a slightly different route and take the Elizabeth line across to Farringdon. Much like with trains, Buddy travels well on the tube, although I have noticed a few people are a bit nervous of him just because of his size. At Farringdon, we get on the train and head up through St Pancras, past Finsbury Park and up to Stevenage. Despite it being peak commuter time, we actually did really well to get a seat, plenty of space for me to have a sit down, and for Buddy to chill out. Buddy must have a sixth sense or a good vision because he seems to know when we're arriving at our destination. From here, it's just a short walk from the station platform towards the car. And it's also here where I had a slight realisation that we'd done something a bit embarrassing. Turns out Buddy and I have been dressed the same all day. Black tops, brown legs, white feet. Awkward. And that's it. We jump in the car and head home. I hope you enjoyed Buddy's day out to a London office. We've got a few on this channel, so check out the playlist. And we'll be taking in Winston soon, so let me know if you want to know anything about taking your dog to work or what you want to see.